Hi, this is Rainbow Harmony, here to help you find balance and peace to live a more colorful life. And welcome back to my channel. I am so excited, you guys, because I have finally moved into my new house in the jungle, in the middle of nature. And as you can tell, there are so many animals and just beautiful nature sounds in the background. I couldn't be more excited to be here. So thumbs up if you want to see me do maybe like a life update or maybe a house tour, or maybe a vlog. I would love to show you guys a little bit more about my life here. And speaking of, I have been so lit, so tapped in, so tuned in ever since I got here. I just feel like my readings have been just like refreshed. I'm so excited to incorporate some more of this environment into the channel. It's going to be lit. So make sure that you guys subscribe, that you ring the bell so you get notifications. I'm going to be posting a lot more frequently. This has just been a huge reset for me and I couldn't be more excited. I put my same-day readings and my 3-day readings back in stock. I had to take everything out of stock for a little bit while I was moving, so I'm back in business. If you would like a reading, if you'd like to Skype chat with me, or even if you're interested in life coaching, check out the information in the comments and description below. So today's reading is going to be a career overview for 2021, or at least the rest of 2021 for you. I've noticed that for many of you guys, during the events of this past year, a lot of you guys have lost your job, changed jobs, had a chance to kind of sit back and ask yourself, what do I really want to do in this area of my life? Since we've all had this chance to just slow down a little bit, I feel like so many of us have been rethinking this area of our lives. So this is a great time to do a reading. And this is the spread that we're actually going to be doing today. So if you want to take a screenshot and follow along and pull some more of your cards, then feel free. If you would like to receive this reading, simply choose a card, number 1, number 2, or number 3. Once you have chosen, head down below to the comments or description where the timestamps are posted, and you can just click on your timestamp and instantly be fast forwarded to your part in the reading. And I will see you soon. For those of you guys who choose number 1, we're going to start with the current energy in your career, which is the cards that you chose. And surprise, there's some Wildwood cards underneath here. So let's see what you got. You got the Seagull, then you got the Mirror, the Salmon, and then the Spark of Life. So let's start first with the Seagull. So where are you at right now with your career? What's the current energy? So this makes me think that you have, well, the first phrase that came to my mind was desperate times call for desperate measures. I don't know why that came up, but I'm having this feeling like you've been having to really focus on survival with your career. Maybe it's been a little bit less about, oh, this job really fulfills me and this career path is like exactly what I want to do and it utilizes my talents and gifts and I feel so in alignment. You might be feeling like right now you're doing the hard work or like the hustle work that's gonna take you to that vision. So some of you guys who are watching this have a vision. You know what you want to do in this area of your life, or you have a dream in this area of your life. Maybe you're not exactly sure how to get there, but the vision has come, so that's good. The rest of you guys don't have a vision yet on your career. You're like, I don't know, I'm still trying to figure myself out. I don't really know what I want to do. I'm more just focused on survival right now. Like, sometimes it can almost feel like being able to do what you love for your life is almost like a privilege. But I assure you, this is something you can definitely create for yourself. Something I've told myself on my journey with my career path has been, might as well die trying. I still have so many more dreams for my career and jobs I want to do outside of tarot, of course, even though I'm so thankful I'm doing this. But I have other visions too. And it can kind of feel like a struggle sometimes, knowing that you have this big vision, but it's like, how am I going to make this happen? Having to just take the baby steps and stay consistent, keep building the momentum. Maybe that's kind of where you're at right now. Maybe you've got this vision, you've practiced with it, you've tried, or you've gone in and out of educating yourself on it, but it just seems like this big big dream and you're like not sure how to ground it into reality. And in the meantime, you've been really focused more on survival with your job, with your career, just being able to pay the bills or keep the lights on. Now, some of you guys here might actually be doing really well with your abundance. Maybe you have some investments, some money that you live off, something like that. And it's more like you've just been surviving, just more focused on your day-to-day life and tending to your home, your property, kids, whatever. And it's more like, oh, it's just hard to find the time. I've really just been more focused on my survival. So there's like two angles with that. But I feel like most of you guys are maybe just caught up in the struggle. And society really can shape things like that. A lot of systems around the world, a lot of societies seem to set things up to where, you know, you work 40 hours or 35 hours a week, and, you know, that money that you make just allows you to pay the bills and be able to live and be able to buy the car just so you can get to work, and you end up with just like a little bit at the end. So maybe for a while you've been thinking about, I want to change careers because I want to bring in more abundance, or I want to set my own hours, or I want to get outside of this system, or I want to be able to save, really provide for myself, or I want to have like multiple streams of income or something like that. And so this theme of like financial freedom is so huge with this card. The seagull is all about having like a scavenger lifestyle. And this is like a metaphor, drawing a parallel to you and your life. There's this message that comes with this card that says, there is always treasure where nobody looks. This is a card that's telling you it's time for you to expand your horizons. There are always paths that no one else has walked. So it's time for you to seek out your own path and make it your own. You might be somebody who is going to develop a really unique career. That's something I've been realizing so much about this modern day and age, that you really can focus in on a talent or a gift or a niche and be able to offer like a product or a service. Maybe you can do this within your community or even in an online community. And so there's a lot of opportunities all around, and the seagull is a card that's telling you you might have to trot upon your own path. You might have to break into an industry and kind of carve out a unique place for yourself in it. This next card is you might be feeling currently like you just want to give up, or you want to quit this job. Perhaps you've quit your job, or you're close to quitting it. You're just feeling like, I don't know how I can go one more day. And maybe what you're doing you love. I kind of feel like you want to be thankful and grateful for the opportunities that you have in work, but it's something about the politics or the people or the environment or the lifestyle related to your career that's been causing a lot of stress. And this is you right now. You guys if you've been watching my channel a lot, maybe you've seen this card, this heron card in the deck. It's so hard to see the bird looking like this because usually it's strong, it's majestic, it's patient, there's opportunity surrounding it. But now in this card, you see just how broken down it is, how tired and exhausted it is. It's like it just can't go on anymore. So I wonder if you relate to that little bird in the card. I wonder if that's something that resonates with you. So let's see if I can find it. Is it going to be like the last card in the deck? Oh, there we go. See, look, this bird is usually like strong. This card usually symbolizes patience or an opportunity or like a long-term relationship. In the context of your career, it could be like a long-term career. This is about waiting for the right opportunity. I think this is telling you you can't wait anymore. You need to create an opportunity, that you're like a hamster running on a wheel going nowhere in this job or in this situation or on this path. And so the next card, ironically, is the career opportunity card. The salmon has everything to do with career opportunities. It's somebody who makes it happen, somebody who takes action, just like the salmon swimming up the stream to unite with its mate. It's like you, maybe against all odds, or even against the pressures or the competition or, what's going on in your world, being able to stay consistent and make it happen. This is telling you that a vision is coming to you, or maybe it already has come, and this is what you need to follow through with. So let's go ahead and look a little bit deeper into this spread. So let's go on to the next part of the spread and see what opportunities are coming in for you in your career. I'm going to pull a couple more from my Wildwood, but we're already getting some word here. Okay, so look at this. No feelings, tired, sympathetic. This might be you, like, because you've been so tired and stressed from the job, it's hard for you to know what you want. I talk to people a lot in personal readings, in life coaching, in my Skype sessions, and I hear a lot from people that they're like, I don't even know what I want to do with my career. I don't even know what path to take. Like, I'm so overwhelmed. A lot of times it's because, like, you know, a lot of people I talk to are artists or empaths, and they have so many gifts. They have so many things that they're good at. And I feel like that's you. Like, you've dabbled in so many different things throughout your life. Maybe you've worked with your hands. Maybe you've done photography. Maybe you've also, you like to sing and dance and write. And so you're like, how do I get on this path? Because you're going to have to choose something, and you're going to have to be consistent with it. You're going to have to work hard. You can't get around that fact. You're going to have to work hard. You're going to have to be consistent. That's something I talk about a lot on the channel. You know, you can manifest, you can have a wonderful mindset, you can work on yourself inside, but we are in a 3D world. We are in a 3D reality, and we do have to put in some effort, momentum. So I think that's been the problem for you, is that you have a little bit of effort going into so many things, that not one thing has been able to really grow and turn into that career path for you. So your guides are like sympathetic towards you, because they know you may be in your head as you're watching this reading, you're thinking, I don't have the time, I don't have the resources, I don't, yes, there's a lot against you, especially with what's happened this last year. This might be a really hard time to think about your career, because you're like, I'm just trying to survive here. I'm just trying to, like, do me. I'm just taking it one day at a time, and that's good. We got to be in the moment. We got to be present. We got to take things one day at a time. But your guides are telling you, if you want to end up really where you belong, because that might be something that's important to you, having a sense of belonging with your career, waking up every day and feeling like, this is where I belong. It's always going to be hard work, no matter what career you choose. I hear that quote a lot, that, if you choose a career you love, it's not going to feel like work. It's just going to be effortless. That is true to some degree, but there's always going to be hard work and things that you don't like about the job. And so, but the reward and the payoff definitely makes it worth it. And so there's this message that if you want to end up like where you belong, if you want to feel a little bit more motivated to stay consistent with one thing, then it's time to really start building, and that's what they're saying, is you need to finish something. You need to finish what you started. And be patient. There's 3 herons here in this picture, and I always see this a lot of times talking about like a cycle of like a couple of years, so maybe 2 to 3 years. We're seeing these cycles here. The sun cycles around the sun, the moon cycles around the moon. This is years, this is months. Any great work of art or path of legacy will take time to get going. So this is telling you that you need to choose, and then you need to stay consistent for a couple of years before you decide this career isn't working or this path isn't taking off for me. And there's also this message, you need to do it alone, because sometimes we're like a little nervous and a little bit timid to like start a career or start a business on our own. So a lot of times what we'll do is we'll try to find a business partner. We'll try to have a friend do it with us. We'll try to have our partner help us or something like that. And then we end up being kind of dependent on another person. And then when they drop out and they get kind of lazy or life gets caught up with them, it's almost like we have an excuse to like back off and just
kind of be like, whatever. Well, they gave up, so I'm going to give up too. So there's this message, you can definitely work with other people, and eventually you'll be reunited with maybe some people who have a soul contract to help you with this path or with this career, or maybe you will bring on a friend or something as a business partner. But I'm getting this message that in the beginning, you need to do this on your own. And so, how do you choose? We'll just talk about that real quick. That might be the thing where you're like, okay, I know I need to choose. I know I need to stay consistent, but how do I choose? Well, sometimes we don't make a decision because we're so afraid that we're going to make the wrong choice, and that like we're going to waste all this time, and it's going to be a waste of effort, and we're going to fail, and it's going to be embarrassing. Everyone's going to see us, and we're going to just like totally have lost. Well, the universe doesn't necessarily reward you for one decision and punish you for another. There's just always actions and consequences. If you happen to choose music and really focus your energy on that instead of dancing, you know, if you're like, I'm just going to focus on songwriting instead of dancing, and it turns out you're really supposed to do dancing or you love that more. After you give it a couple years with the music, you know, the doors will start to close. Like you will realize this isn't working, or maybe blockages will come and you'll work past them, but you'll just realize my heart isn't in this. So then from there you can pivot and go into dancing. You just want to be careful not to jump around too much, because every time things get tough, you know, like, oh, things got hard with the music, so now I'm going to do dancing. And things got hard with the dancing, so now I'm going to do writing. Things got hard with the writing, so now I'm going to do the computer programming. Things got rough with that, so now I'm going to do speaking, you know. And so be careful, because sometimes we do hop around and switch paths a lot, not just because we're trying to find ourselves or because we're exploring, but sometimes because we're avoiding that fear of failure, or sometimes the fear of success. So yeah, we're getting so many messages for you, but to sum it up, you need to choose, and you need to stay consistent, which means one thing a day towards your dream, towards your goal, towards this career path. And your guides are telling you, yes, we know that you're tired. You can slowly build this. You can slowly build this. Start stealing moments back from your life, taking moments back from the man, you know, from the system. So let's pull some more cards for you. So we're going to move on to habits that need to be embraced. But I just wanted to clarify the last question. The opportunity that's coming in is literally an opportunity for you to have a huge advancement in your career, for you to change paths, for you to maybe do something that's a little bit more specific to you, to be able to have your own business, or build some type of company with others, or perhaps work in a field that gives you a little bit more freedom. And I see financial freedom along with that. So that's definitely the possibility, the opportunity that's coming in for you. So habits that need to be embraced. Let's pull some from here. Habits that need to be embraced for you to get on this path. Okay, so I'm just going to stop here. This is the King of Swords. This is like a personality. This is like an archetype. This is like a way of being. The King of Swords is someone who is really logical, very mental. Like they're like a deep thinker. They're all in their head. They're usually like an air sign. So this is a person who's like a connoisseur of ideas. The King of Swords tends to be really confident. Like they have so many ideas that like if one of their ideas doesn't work out, they can just move on to the next one. They're always problem solving, and they're a great counselor. They're really good at communications too. So that makes me think habits that need to be embraced, something with communications. This might be like writing in a daily journal so that you can, like writing about your career, writing about your goals, writing about your dreams. That really helped me like figure out my career path, was just writing down how I was feeling about the job that I had, the different ideas that I had. Like eventually, once I got everything out on paper, I was able to see my vision a little bit more. And you guys know this is where I'm going to throw in to make a vision board. That could help you too. So what I'm seeing with this King of Swords, you need to do communication. This could also be like communications as in like social media. You know how big I am on taking advantage of the system. You know, there's so many bad things about social media, but you could be somebody who's using it for good, who's using it to help others, to draw abundance into your life, to put good messages out there, to help solve some type of problem. Like you could use this energy. So this communications might be like to start a blog or your channel or your TikTok or whatever, to start marketing your product or start experimenting with your creations or this business, to like, you know, build the business and get it out there and advertise and market for it. This also could mean communications within your community. I saw a really good business idea around here where I'm living. There's these people who are offering a free meditation class, and then like you can come like every week, and while they're at the class, towards the end, like the last 5 minutes, they'll pitch to you, oh, by the way, if you want to do yoga or you want to take this class or you want to take that class, like here's our services. If you want to just keep coming for free to this meditation class once a month or whatever, great. But every time you come, they give it to you for free. They're so generous, but they also do their little pitch the last couple of minutes. So that's like another approach, that you want to communicate, you want to reach out, you want to get in your community, you want to give, and then open yourself up to receive. We don't always give to get, but I think it's good when you're like developing a business or getting into a career to offer your gifts. That's what I did back when I was like a makeup artist, fashion stylist. I would reach out to people and companies and ask, hey, do you need somebody to work for free? Hey, do you need some of your clothes photographed? Do you need some of your products photographed? I have this group of people over here who are willing to do it for free because we want to build some more hype around our services, and we want more practice, and we're building our portfolios. So if you're willing, we can all trade, we can all connect together, and we can grow our skills. And that led to a lot of opportunities for me. So those are just some ideas, communication. And I think this is also about getting organized, because you guys, I used to be really unorganized, especially because I have ADHD, but I just, in my phone, give myself one thing a day towards my future. One thing a day. Sometimes it's as small as just like reading like one page out of a book that's bringing some new knowledge into my life, or it's working with my hands for a couple minutes, something like that. It's just one little thing a day. It's more important that you just do little bits every day and keep it a part of your life. It's more important to do that than it is to just say, Saturday, I'm going to do 6 hours. Because when Saturday comes along, you're tired, you got laundry. So it's easier to just make 15 or 20 minutes or an hour a day for it. Okay, so you've been getting that message a lot with this reading. One thing a day. All right, so now drum roll. This is what you've all been waiting for. You just want to know the outcome in your career. Okay, so we're looking at the outcome by the end of 2021. Okay, so you end this year off feeling super empowered. The struggles that you've been having that we tapped into at the beginning of this reading are definitely starting to let up. I mean, miracles can happen, but I don't want to tell you that like in a couple months, everything's going to be better. You're going to have a business and a brand new job and you have all this money and everything's perfect. That would be amazing. But the cards are just saying you're going to be doing better. You're going to be feeling more empowered. You're going to have an energy boost. You're going to have learned through this process and through this cycle, the metaphoric winter that is around you. The snow will be thawing. You feel like you can get your footing. You might even be in a position to move somewhere if you want, because this card sometimes has to do with relocation. This could be maybe you moving to a different job. If you just want to get like a new J job or something for now that will support you so you can work on your vision and have a little bit more space for that. I think your situation with your survival, your career, like your day job or whatever is going to be getting better. And then you have more space for your ultimate career vision. This is also, you've been feeling like you're just going in circles. You can't get through this door. Maybe this is like you just can't find a job, or you just can't get out of this specific tax bracket, or you can't, get yourself to leave the job, or you can't make a decision. It's almost like that's reversed. Like a new season has come. There's a blockage that's been released. The door is open for you. And then this is also something about not being alone. I have this feeling that as part of this outcome by the end of this year, you might have been connected with a group of people or like a resource or a friend who might just be maybe a sense of support for you. Someone who understands what you've been going through, someone who's on a similar path. I always say you're never alone. The universe always sends someone. And I've had people like that sent to me on my path, like to help me with my career and my journey, or inspire me or listen to me along the way, I know you'll have that sent to you as well. So you might have to forge this path on your own for now, but help is on its way. So I hope that this reading resonated with you. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I will see you next time. Peace out. For those of you guys who choose number 2, let's go ahead and see what the current energy is right now in your career. And surprise, we've got some Wildwood cards for you as well. So current energy in your career. We're getting the Duck, the Clearance card, the Green Woman, and the Hare. So currently, I see that there's been a lot going on in your emotional body lately. Like a lot that's been going on in your emotional body. It's been a very emotional time for you. Part of this could be because of your career. It might be that you're just feeling emotionally beat down. I don't know if it's because you have a job that really is emotionally draining. I know some people have jobs that are really super emotionally draining, but they're good at them, and it's good for them, and they balance somehow. But then for other people, sometimes it just doesn't work for you. Maybe you're somebody who works in a hospital and has to deal with a lot of death and people dying around you, or seeing people injured, and you're like, I'm a healer, but this is just so draining, I can't. Perhaps you are someone who's really gifted at working with children, and you work with children because of that, but it's just very emotionally draining. Sometimes we reach our limit in a certain career path. That can be really shocking. I personally had this one job for like 13 years, and emotionally, it just became too much for me eventually. It was like, I don't know if I got more sensitive or if I just got fed up, what happened, but it was only good for one season of my life. Then it was time for a change. And that's kind of where I sense you are. Like, you're good at your job, or you've been walking a certain path, and it might just need a little tweak. Some of you guys, I get a strong sense that some of you guys who are here feel happy and feel confident in the career path you've chosen. And maybe you just clicked on this reading because you wanted some reassurance. So I don't want to freak you out that you have to change everything, because it might just be that you're ready to level up, or you're ready to become the boss, or you're ready to kind of start your own practice or something like it. It kind of reminds me of like a nurse who becomes a nurse practitioner, or somebody who works like as a preschool teacher and then like invests and like opens up their own preschool. Something kind of like that, where like you might stay with what you're doing, but you're just gonna like have a little bit more freedom, more responsibility, like go get a promotion or something like that. So the current energy in your career isn't like bad. It just feels like this has not been the area of your life that you've been focused on, because things have been so emotionally heavy lately. The Duck is kindly telling you a message that it's important for you to allow the experience of your emotions to flow through you and to sit with some of the heavier emotions, but you also need to release the entanglements. This is something that I learned along my path, because I had some things that happened to me that were just so heavy and so intense, and I needed to sit in that energy for a while because I had been pushing it away for so long. But it's a delicate balance between, okay, I need to let these emotions flow through me. I need to allow myself to be depressed. I need to allow myself to heal. But sometimes healing becomes an excuse for us to stay stuck and not make changes and just wallow in pity and despair. So you're not there yet, but the cards are telling you, like, yes, a lot of clearance has taken place. A lot of emotional healing has happened. And it's telling you, don't think that everything in your life is going to be on pause forever, because that might be what it's felt like. You're like, I can't even give any energy right now to my career. I don't even know how to change that because I've just been flushing stuff. I've been purifying emotionally. And we all have different cycles and seasons and periods of growth in our life. So this is actually good news, saying that, like, you are connecting more with your intuition. You are connecting more with your inner guidance. You might even be connecting more, a little bit more spiritually. Perhaps you've been getting visions through meditations or through some of your writing or journaling, or you've been having ideas come to you. And these ideas are scary because you're like, whoa, I never would have considered trying this career path or doing this, thing in my career before, or asking for that raise or going for that promotion. You are going to have to take some type of risk and face your fears in order to go to the next level. You might have to leave a little bit of the comfort that surrounds you behind. Maybe live a life that's a little bit more minimal so that you can invest in this fresh start or this leap of faith you're about to take. So that's interesting. Next, we're going to go ahead and look and see what opportunities are coming in for you in your career, okay? So what opportunities are coming in for you in your career? Okay, so I definitely see something about money, because this is a card that's talking about like being dependent. I don't know if like you're dependent on your family or your mom, or somebody's helping you pay the bills, or like maybe it's a couple things, like you still have the family plan with your cell phone and like they're helping with the car payment or something like that. Some of you guys might be dependent on a partner, like they bring in most of the income, but you really want to bring in some more. This could be worry about like, how am I going to provide for my child, or like make sure they have an education, or how am I going to retire? It might just be like you're doing okay financially, but you want to be set. I mean, who doesn't want to be financially free and independent? Money isn't everything, but it's a tool. It's an energy like anything else, and you can use it to bring blessings into your life, to bless others. You're worthy of it. And so this is a message that there's something major, a major shift coming with your financial situation. This is also talking about like a strike of illumination, like a light bulb moment, like a realization that is made. And I think that this has to do with your insight on like what it is you want to go after. Like I said, some of you guys want to go for the promotion or go for the raise, or maybe change the company, or perhaps develop your own. Like I said, you're just going to make a slight change here. Like, once again, it reminds me of somebody who's a nurse but then becomes a nurse practitioner, or somebody who is, maybe you work in a hair salon, and you end up making your own salon. Like, it does seem like you're going to take what you do and you're going to make it more you. Yeah, take what you do and make it more you. I love that. That's a big opportunity. The next one I see is something about you really shining and you getting recognized. It might be that like the company that you're with like throws you a party to say goodbye, because you get this amazing new opportunity and everyone's celebrating and they're like thanking you for your work. This is like a card of recognition. Like the Son of Wands is somebody who's like really charming, who is very infectious. Like in a good way, like the infectious laughter, the infectious smile. This might be like a big boost to your energy coming in, along with this strike of illumination. You might be worried, how am I going to get the confidence, or how am I going to get that ability to face my fear and ask for what I really want in life? And I think this is telling you that you're receiving these energy downloads now. Like all of the healing, the purification that's been happening behind the scenes has been like paving the way for this. So you get ready for a huge like shift in your life for sure. So next we're going to look and see what habits need to be changed. So like, what habits can you embrace basically as you move forward to help you on this path. Okay, so they're saying the planets are valuable. It's true. You can understand a lot about yourself, about the cycles and the seasons by understanding the planets. So look, this is very personal. Not everybody's into astrology, and a lot of people are just like, you know what, screw that. I'm just going to do me. Like, I can affect change in this world and I can live my life no matter what the planets are doing. I'm all about that. But chances are, since you're here hanging out with me on this channel, watching a tarot reading, maybe you're someone who's open to astrology. So I just want to say that putting your life kind of in sync with some of the planets, understanding their effect, can help you to take certain action at certain times that will really help you, and also to avoid certain actions during certain times. if you're interested in learning more about this, I have a free course up on my channel. It's on a playlist called Manifest with Me. Watch that. I teach you how to manifest with the moon cycle. And by manifesting, I simply mean taking an idea or a vision and turning it into reality. So if you have an idea about where you want to go with your career, you can use manifesting. You can use the energy of the moon to help you bring it about. And so like that's been something super valuable that I've learned in my life. Another example is that right now it's Mercury retrograde. So I personally, like if I have any problems with my technology, if I'm noticing any communication breakdowns, I'm just going to pull myself back. I'm not going to push too hard. I'm not going to try to do anything new for my career at this time. I'm just going to kind of go with the flow until these energies change. It helps me not go crazy and feel like I'm just pushing up against all these blockages. You know, if I wasn't aware that it was Mercury retrograde right now, I mean, I don't want to blame everything on it, but maybe it would just make me more frustrated, or I would push harder and create more obstacles for myself. So it's helpful to know. So this is just saying, research your chart. This could also be researching, like everyone's chart can have, one thing I think is really good for your career on your chart is the North Node. If you find out what your North Node is in and you do a lot of research on that, it can tell you a little bit about maybe, honestly, why you're here, your purpose, your soul mission, your life purpose, like maybe just kind of point you in the right direction for your path. So that's definitely something that's helped me. I realize that I feel very connected with my North Node. So look yours up. If you don't feel connected with it, try looking up what your North Node is in sidereal astrology, because some people feel more connected with the sidereal interpretation of their chart. So whatever it is, I'd suggest looking up your North Node. And then I would suggest just kind of checking in every month. And there's so many amazing channels here on YouTube of people who do astrology readings just to kind of get your astrological weather report. So you can, as you move forward into this time of change, you can know when you can push, like when you got planets on your side, like when Jupiter is showing up for you in a positive way, that kind of stuff. So they're saying that might be something you want to connect more with. And they're also, the last thing they're saying, habit to embrace is to be more extroverted. Look, maybe you're introverted. I might seem extroverted, but I'm actually a very introverted person. I'm just really good at covering it up. And it can help to be more extroverted when it comes to your career. I think a lot of times the fear of connecting with other people, the fear of putting ourselves out there, the fear of being seen is what can keep us from being able to take these risks or these leaps of faith with our career or try something new. So they're telling you, don't let this hold you back. Just work at it a little bit. It's all about balance, but this is a habit they want to see you develop. So now we're going to look at the outcome. What is the outcome in your career by the end of 2021? The outcome in your career. Oh, you got the creativity card. That's amazing to see. Okay, so here's what it looks like. It looks like you're going to have a huge creative burst, and that's what we saw. We saw that card with the lightning strike on it. It was like a big burst, big energy burst, a bright idea, a download, and we see that. Like, we see you getting really rooted with your creativity. But I'm not going to lie, something's going to go down. You could lose your job, something chaotic could happen inside of your job or on the path you're on. This is the Tower. This is like things breaking down. This is things falling apart. I kind of feel like this is a world energy. I had a dream last night where like literally I was looking at a tower and it freaking fell apart. Like it crumbled and fell to the ground. So I don't know. It's probably like what's going on inside of me right now, but sometimes I feel like I get these vibes about like a world event or something that could happen like that. So I don't want to predict anything negative here. I think it's going to be positive for you ultimately, but it could just be something happens that kind of takes everything, almost everything away. It's not everything, it just feels like what you've already built so far. And it's going to allow you to start over. You're going to rest for a little bit, and then out of that energy, an amazing new career opportunity comes in, and you're going to be extremely fulfilled. So if you lose the job, if you get a cut in the pay, if your hours get cut, if you're not able to find work, if some plan you had, someone backs out on it, or something like that happens, just know, okay, I need to pull back. I need to rest. This is my tower moment. Like, old crops need to be burned before, like, so the soil can be fertilized, so something new to grow. It's kind of just like a purification process, which you're definitely going through. And there's a career opportunity and fulfillment on the other side. So beautiful. I hope that this message resonates with you. Thank you again so much for coming to my channel, and I will see you next time. Peace out. For those of you guys who choose number 3, let's go ahead and look into the current energy in your career right now. So we're getting the Owl reversed, the Endurance card, the Balance card, and the Spark of Life. So, it's so wonderful to see the Owl reversed. So usually this is a card that's talking about death, that's talking about kind of being on a lonely path, that's talking about just having to almost be alone, in isolation, in solitude. It's like time to really search yourself. Things have fallen apart. Really needing to protect your energy. Going through like difficult life experiences that ultimately lead you to your purpose. But this card is reversed. So it's almost like the ending of that energy. It could almost be an explanation, like that what you've been going through, what you've been seeing in your life is helping you build a little bit of the grit and a little bit of the character it's going to take for you to strike out on this path in your career. I have a feeling that you're somebody that's really resourceful, that like no matter what kind of job you have or like what path you choose, you always end up doing really well at it. You always end up being someone who's like promoted at your job. So like, people come to you for help. You can kind of blend in and fit in anywhere. You could be good at almost anything. I would call you like the Renaissance man or the Renaissance woman or the Renaissance person, you know? So, but I do think that you have always had a gift. I think that you're someone who is, you're either, you might be a healer, to be honest with you. There might be some of you guys, and I know there's a lot of healers watching this channel, drawn to me because you do healing work too. You might be somebody who's a healer, who's just been a little cautious of like, how do I get out there and do this kind of work? Like, it's kind of hard. It's hard to like, it's not hard, but it's just like overwhelming. Like, what training should I get? Should I get training? What should I title myself? How should I offer this? Like, should I go on more of a traditional path with this? Or should I like go on a less traditional path? How do I empower myself to do this? What will people think? Like all that kind of stuff. I feel like that's like what you've been going through. And you've had your dark night of the soul. You've had an awakening. And you've really just been hanging in there, waiting for the storm to pass. And it's passing. Balance has returned to your life. This is a really, really positive current energy. And you've come out on the other side with a vision. Maybe you feel as if you know what your purpose is in this area of your life. So maybe not everybody who's watching this is healers. I'm going to continue to talk a lot about that as I pull more cards. But maybe you'll at least resonate with this part that you've gone through a healing or an awakening or a dark night of the soul. You're finally coming out on the other side. Balance is returning to your life and you have a vision and you know what you want in this area of your life. So it's almost like, where do I begin? It reminds me almost like you're the fool in the traditional tarot. You're getting ready to take a risk. You're getting ready to take a leap of faith. That's something we've been talking about in this whole reading today. All the other cards we've been talking about. Everyone seems to be ready to take a risk. Everyone seems to be ready to try something new. And for you, I don't know if it's something new. I feel like it's something you've been doing all along. You just want to become more professional with it. Maybe open up an avenue of abundance with it. So let's look and see what opportunities are coming in for you with your career, okay? So what opportunities are coming in? All right. So it's definitely a new beginning. Yep. Yeah, and you're going to be feeling a lot more confident. I feel like the more insecure side of you has had a huge death and rebirth during this time. Like, now that you've had your awakening, you know that there's really nothing to lose. You know that life is but a dream. And you feel a little bit more free. You know that you have support, spiritual support around you. And this is something about leaving. So this is an opportunity for you to leave. What the first thing that came to my mind was leaving the job. Maybe this is the job that you've had for so long that's just been your bread and butter. Like an opportunity for you to leave that job, maybe work for yourself or move into your vision with your career is coming. This might also be like sometimes for certain career opportunities, you have to move to a specific place. This might be you moving to another country, moving abroad, moving to another state or a different region where your career is going to take off or do better where the opportunities are. It reminds me of somebody who's like an actor. Like sometimes you can do online auditions, but oftentimes you have to go to LA or Toronto or New York or to London or, you know, wherever it is that the local hub is for those types of jobs. Sometimes it does require that. So this might be you actually being able to leave, move, and go pursue that. Yep, and look, here's travel. Some of you guys are healers who want to travel. Maybe you're attracted to my channel because you see that that's what I'm doing. I'm working this job. I'm traveling the world. I'm very, very blessed. And I want you to know that if that's your vision, you can definitely do it too. Like I do life coaching and I have many clients who I'm helping coach them on starting their businesses and becoming a digital nomad and stuff like that. So it's totally doable from just nothing, from the ground up. You can build and create that vision for yourself. So this is like you leaving to travel. Also, career opportunity that's coming your way. This might also be an opportunity for you to travel so you can spend more time kind of thinking, clearing, journaling, having a change of scenery, gathering inspiration so that when you come back home, you can kind of reset the energy. So I see that coming. Who knows when because of the world situation, but I just feel possibilities coming in here. They're also saying opportunities for you to write are going to come up. So this might be you traveling, writing, journaling, coming up with some ideas that way, or it might actually be you getting something published or you writing that book. Or your writing getting picked up by something, or you like write a blog, maybe travel writing, travel blog, something like that. I don't know. That's interesting. Yeah, and this is something about how these opportunities might not feel so real because you've been spending all this time inside, literally inside your house, but also like kind of within energetically. But they're saying this is coming. These opportunities are coming. So that's exciting. Okay, so next, in order to like help generate these opportunities and move forward, what habits do you need to embrace? Okay, so let's look at this deck. Using so many different decks today. I'm just feeling like I want to mix it up. Okay. What I'm getting is this message that you've been way too much in your head and you need to get into your heart. It's hilarious because this is the opposite advice that I think I gave group number 1. You've been in your head a lot. You're smart. Like you are someone who likes to have every single step planned out. You're super organized. Maybe you're even slightly a perfectionist. And those are gifts. Those are gifts that have helped you come so far. But in this instance, you need to do something kind of scary and turn off your logic and turn on your heart. You know, your heart is what helps you make decisions, what helps you create the vision, and your logic is what helps you take the practical steps to bring things into fruition. And so since you're a little bit more with the dreaming energy, you're more in the envisioning stage of this process, it's not going to help you to be super organized right now. It's not going to help you to be everything cookie cutter and controlled. That's why maybe you got some cards that were telling you travel, have fun, like leave, just go. Like a lot of cards are like trying to get you to do something that's going to jolt you, that's going to wake you up, that's going to create some changes. And by the way, sorry about all the animals in the background. I'm out here in the middle of the jungle and it is wild. We got dogs. But anyways, This is a message telling you that when you go around and around in your head, you just get stuck in indecision. So sometimes you need to just go with your gut impulse. Sometimes you need to just buy that plane ticket. Sometimes you need to just take up the invitation to that party. Sometimes you need to just take a break or take a step back from all the seriousness. And so this is like opening yourself up to being more spontaneous, maybe giving yourself the rest of 2021 to kind of just have no plan and focus more on like enjoyable experiences and raising your vibration and doing things that inspire you and lift you up, and maybe connecting with others, coming up with ideas, writing, journaling, sketching, like to get into your creative energy. So that's the habits that need to be changed. And finally, we're going to look into the outcome. So by the end of 2021, where will you be at with your career? What is the outcome? Oh my gosh, that's a really, really good card. Yes! I'm excited for you. Okay, this is really, really good. So it might not make sense. You're like, how am I going to receive all of this from essentially doing nothing? Because what you're being called to do is literally to take a step back and focus more on envisioning and having fun and enjoying your life and celebrating and meeting new people and being spontaneous and taking risks and traveling, going places, that kind of stuff, you know? I feel like this is saying that you need to have fun again, be young again. Remember when you were like 14, 15, 16, and you like didn't even care about the future? All you cared about was hanging out with your friends and being cool, fitting in, and just playing and trying new things. And like maybe you even had more confidence back then. Like you do silly things. Like it's almost like go back to that energy. Now you're an adult. You have more confidence. You don't have to worry about being cool, people liking you. Now you can go back to that, bring that energy back into your present. And it can take you far. This is saying the universe wants to be generous with you. Just focus on giving right now, giving of yourself, giving your energy in ways that feel fulfilling to you. And that's exactly what this is. This is telling you work more right now on establishing ease for yourself, on creating comfort for yourself, on self-care, on enjoyment, on pleasure, on relaxation. You don't need to think too hard about it. You just need to flow. That's exactly what this is. You need to create more of a sense of flow in your life, heighten the synchronicity. This is telling you that you have a good foundation. You've built a good foundation, and you can. This is a point on the path to which you can kind of take a break, if that makes sense. But the break you're going to take here the next 6 months doesn't seem like you're not doing anything. It seems productive. It seems energizing. It seems like after it, you're able to you're going to reap a lot of rewards and benefits from it. So that's beautiful. I hope that this message resonates with you. Thank you again for coming to my channel, and I will see you next time. Peace out.